Hey everyone, and welcome to the womb. Alright, so I have been waiting to do this video for y'all forever, for you forever. But I just had to get all of my editing done from my trip and to get ready with me and stuff like that. But yes, y'all. Yes, you read the title, and this video is just like a video to help self-talk, to just like to kind of help learn how to talk to yourself better, or those type of conversations, are getting to the starting points of certain situations you may be in, like the unhealthy relationship you have, or dealing with that toxic, unhealthy person, or that toxic person in your life, whether it's a friend, person, place, or thing. Because when it comes to relating and things that you're dealing with, which is something we do automatically, I have no type of Vaseline or anything in this car, so let me try not to just get into the starting points of the situations you're in. Because when it comes to relating, it's something we all do. It's like an automatic, it's like a receiving energy. So it could be things that you are involved with, certain items you may be having an unhealthy relationship with, situations, places, you keep going to a place that's not good for you. Why? Are people, person, anything, any person, any relationship you're having. So I would say this is pretty good. Anybody can watch this video, because we all have feminine energies, we all have receiving energies, we all have emotions, energy, like I was saying. We all receive, we all have feelings. So you can watch this if you are a male, but this is for my women who are maybe struggling to leave an unhealthy relationship, or may want to understand the one that they just got out of, the unhealthy relationship or toxic situation. What a unhealthy relationship or toxic situation refers to. It's just anything of just not being happy. I just throw everything back on being happy, because like being happy is all personal, is all perspective wise. So knowing yourself and knowing how to talk to yourself and knowing how to be honest is imperative, because you have to be able to know if you're truly happy in a situation. And some people are happy in situations that are toxic for them, but in a sense, it's like if they aren't aware, or if you're not aware, then well, that's where reality had to come in. Because a lot of people, like, if you like happy in a addiction that may kill you soon, then it's like you have to be realistic. Because okay, you're happy, but the real reality of the situation, and when it comes to like those situations, you just have to like look at the reality, the statistics, the any cause of the path. Because a lot of this stuff has been around for a long time, especially if it's physical. If it's a physical situation, you can manifest it for yourself. It's leading and it's going somewhere. So you have to be realistic with that. And even if you are happy, you still have to be realistic with where this would lead you to. So that can be unhealthy too. So you do want to have is it discernment? You do want to have discernment when it comes to realizing if you're happy or not. Because at the end of the day, you have to have that masculine and that feminine side. So it's like, okay, I'm happy, but is this a realistic or logical situation that I should be in? So you want to get down to all of that. And a lot of times when we are doing these self-talks and trying to figure out or analyze our situation, or trying to figure out why we can't get over people or anything, a lot of this stuff is where you tap into your subconscious realm, your just go down your line into all of your waters. Pisces is all of the waters. You get to the root of all of your waters, all of your past experiences, and that's kind of what I'm gonna be talking about in the video. Just trying to get to certain starting points. I'm not gonna say that because I have a list of starting points that could be, there are like major or more common starting points for just the reality we in, like you in this world in 2024 today, and me too. So these are just like some of the main things that I know I've probably experienced or came across, and reasons why I would stay in unhealthy or toxic situations, relationships, things, and all of that stuff. So my dash is vibrating, so it probably isn't. Yeah, whether you're watching this video before the moment happened, during the moment when it's happened, or after the moment it's happening, at least you know what to be aware of. Because more so, it's not about like not trying not to do things again, but you have to be aware of how you move. You have to be aware of what's already in your waters, what's not in your waters. Waters you may have to filter, because just like air needs to be filtered, water needs to be filtered too. Water needs to be cleaned, and it can be cleaned. Air can be filtered. Things on your mind, thoughts, mentalities, that stuff can be filtered through. That stuff can be cleaned. And so just like your waters can, just like experiences, feelings, things like that can be filtered through. Yeah, I'm just looking at the greenery. Y'all can see it's like a lot of greenery, but so if you see me not looking, I'm just looking at the greenery. But yeah, everything can be filtered. It's all about awareness and moving different, having different intent. Because a lot of these starting points and reasons why you even got in this unhealthy situation probably was because of you just lacking that awareness. So even having that awareness can change the dynamic of your life. So the first one on my list is loneliness. Make sure you're not a lonely person, or not even making sure you're not a lonely person, but see if you are a lonely person. Because it's not make sure you're not a lonely person, because what'd you go do? What'd you go do about the reality of the fact that, damn, I am lonely? And it is okay, because people, I don't know, I think people are too predicated in bad and good, and it truly don't exist. But yeah, if you're lonely, it is what it is. But being lonely is probably one of the reasons you are staying in that unhealthy relationship, and dealing with that toxic thing that you keep. And a lot of people, it look like a flower. Some people unhealthy relationship thingy that they're dealing with it's like a little flower, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure you're not doing all of that stuff because you're lonely, you know. And it is what it is about being lonely. Lonely is an easy fix because there's billions of people around you. You could literally just like, I don't know, some people live in not in the Doonies, but some people live in like an area where you can't walk a mile and find somebody. You may have to walk further, but changing your environment is something that I would not allow anybody to tell me that is impossible, because you can change your environment. It's possible, even if you redecorate, change your environment. or even like mentally change the type of thoughts or perspectives you have about what's in your environment that can help you not try to at least be in the space of loneliness, because loneliness is just like the space that you're in, and it's all mental, even if you do have nobody around you. But once you hop out of that space mentally and be like, okay, I'm lonely, but I'm finna not be lonely, then you're gonna not be lonely, simple, because now you're in the space of creating things or ideas, or having ideas to go out or to get the environment changed. So yeah, being lonely is a thing, and it's very deep. It sounds like just one word, oh, lonely, but being in that space and the type of thoughts you can get while being in a lonely space, it can put you in deep, dense situations, very real situations, to where now you're being you're in a scarcity mind, kind of, and you're like you'll take whatever you can get, or you'll befriend, or put yourself in that little system of constant or repetitive, and it'll almost be like it'll be your own little form of a hell, but it won't be the good hell, because anything else I gotta say about being and also being lonely, being in that space, it also can correlate to you not having a good relationship with self. Because at the end of the day, like, me starting the list off with lonely is crazy, because you're never lonely if you have that relationship with yourself. It's the body, the mind, the heart is truly outside of yourself. It is truly something you have to, as a spirit, a person, or being something that can observe how you think on a daily basis, or being something that can observe how you feel and have the opportunity or the power to be like, I don't want to think like that, or I don't want to feel like that. Having those capabilities, it puts you in a position to where you have to relate with these things. Like, hold on, this girl be reacting like this, she be thinking like this. It's something you have to learn. So yeah, that's a relationship. So being lonely, you should never be lonely, because you have so much, like, as a human, you have like a good amount of experiences and mentalities and feelings to work through, to see like what's going on, why you even, like, it's a lot of stuff to where you shouldn't even be in a space of being lonely, because you can relate and try to figure out why you even lonely in the first place. What happened? Like, learn, like, become aware of yourself. Like, stop trying to think that you can be aware of somebody else and you don't even take the time to be aware of yourself. That's point blank bad relationship starter off the jump. A bunch of people relating with things, and they haven't even related with themselves. So loneliness shouldn't even be an option. Loneliness is actually probably a man-made space, because how the hell are you ever lonely? But I understand the reality of it, but a lot of people are not even taking the time out to know what they like to do, or go out and experience and try new things. So if you're acting out of a space of being lonely, or you feel like you're lonely, and if you leave this person, you're not gonna have nobody, or you just can't, you keep coming back because you can't go 3 days without talking to nobody, because you realize that he's the only person you talk to, or that thing is the only thing that gave you something to do, probably like smoking weed. Like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do, I'm finna smoke. Not even smoking weed, everybody habits is different, so it could be anything. The rose toy, oh, I ain't got nothing to do, I'm lonely, I'm gonna go, so yeah, make sure you're not in a space of like just feeling lonely. That's yeah, let's cut that. Another reason why, and it's gonna start getting good after this, I like this one. Another reason why women stay in unhealthy toxic relationships is feeling like they won. And this is one of those deep, dark, feminine, dense, and feminine energy has the ability to be all of those things that they say is negative, because it's dark, it's deep, it's dense, it's negative, it's all of that thing. So when you get a unaware woman or feminine energy, it can naturally play out the bad end of negative, or the bad end of manipulation or darkness, or things like that. So when it comes to women and staying with a man to feel like they won, it's horrible, because we all know, it's even a saying, this is why I say we all know, because what is it? The woman that win actually lost, or filling out, no, it's like the loser actually won, or something like that. The woman who lost actually won. And yeah, but when you're in these moments and you with this dude and you see his other women that want him, but you feel like you the main, that can do something to the feminine energy. Feeling like you won, feeling like you are over these women, and this leads to you being in an unhealthy situation, because for like it's an unhealthy situation, because one is, why is there even like the reality is, let's look at the reality of the situation. That's what it is. Like, okay, I'm with him because I'm feeling like I won. I want to say kind of like possessive, obsessive type energy, but it's more so predicated to not even with the guy, but with the other woman. And as long as you're getting some type of power or something from this woman about this man, it's like doing something to you. And we gonna keep talking because we're talking to ourselves, and we're trying to see like, okay, I like that. I feel like I won this dude over this girl. So it's something with the woman. It's like, I guess as long as she's wanting him, you're gonna feel like you won. But the moment that female or these other females stop caring, because magic only works if the other person receives it. So as soon as this woman stop trying to get with this guy, as soon as this woman move on and actually be happier, or as soon as the woman like just stop caring, she stopped caring about this guy, and the things kick in, and who he is, and why he got all these women confused in the first place. Because it's easy to say what it is. As a man, it's easy to say what it is. I feel like confusion with a man is, I wouldn't say it's purposely done, but it's not good, because it's easy to just say what it is. So for the fact that these women confused, all of this stuff, you're gonna, once she stop caring and you don't have that feeling like you won energy no more, you're gonna be able to see, once that veil is lifted, you're gonna be able to see the true characteristics of the person you're with and the situation you're in, and then you're gonna be not happy anymore. So feeling like you're one is a lot of things, because I know a lot of men and women be out here like, oh, it's 7 women to 1 man, and people have like this scarcity mindset with men, and it's just, I don't know, it's different spaces and different things that people just And it's not really settling for, because if you're happy with it, you're happy with it. And but yeah, check the reality of the situation always, because it shouldn't be no confusion or anything. Let's see. The type of woman this would stem from, a woman who feel like it could be a lack of confidence thing, because you feeling like you won is over this other woman is giving you confidence, but that shouldn't be a space you're in, because you want to feel like you won regardless if the woman even got the man. Like, if she got him, you want to still be in that space of feeling like you won, whether you have him or not. But if you're staying and you having this toxic relationship, you going back and forth, or going back with this man just to be like, oh, I'm the man, oh, I feel like I won. Just make sure it's not from a lack of confidence, or, because, you win with or without the guy, and that is one woman and one guy. And women have a thing with checking on other women, or highly comparing yourself to other women, or things like that. So you want to make sure you're not putting yourself in a situation. Why are these people walking around my video? But you want to make sure you're not putting yourself in a situation with these people, because it's more than one person. It's a guy, then a girl, or the girls. Just make sure you're not putting yourself in this situation because of you having the wrong intent, you having the wrong starting point, you being addicted to stuff in this situation, because your intent is to just feeling like you won, because maybe you're the it girl of the situation. It's still toxic. So the next thing on my list of why you're staying, or why you may keep going back, is because they're not a bad person. And this one is kind of different in a sense, not really, but yeah, you're it's actually almost like a settling energy, because you're in a relationship and you keep going back, and it also can fall on being lonely or thinking scarcity, because they're not a bad person. Just because a person is not a bad person don't mean they're making you happy, or that's the person for you. If you're in an energy of still feeling unhappy with this person who's literally not doing nothing to you, they're not doing anything to you, but it's like that. So it's like you want to still be able to have that self thing going on, to where you are still relating with yourself and you're still able to do your own thing. You're not being held back or anything just because they're not a bad person. So yeah, that's kind of falling under settling. It could be a form of being in a space of loneliness, because it's like, okay, if they're not doing nothing to you, I guess that's giving you no reason to leave. And maybe you lack the ability to be confrontational. Maybe you lack the ability to stand up for yourself. So you don't want to hurt the person, so you're not putting yourself in that space to break it off, because they're not doing anything to you, and they probably like you a lot, and you just don't want to put yourself in that space. And this one is one of those like low-key forms of toxicity or whatever. But yeah, this is like one of those settled things where you just end up wasting your whole life with the wrong person, because of whatever intent. It could be because you're lonely, or you have that ability to speak up or be confrontational, or even start over or feel like you missed out. Some people will stay because they don't want to feel like they missed out. They don't want to, they can't tell if they are self-sabotaging, or it could be a lot of things to where it could be confusing, because in this day and age, a person who just simply don't do nothing for you, not for you, but do nothing to you negatively, or they do everything right in the sense of what a relationship's supposed to be in this world. Or I kind of lost where I was going with that, but okay. But when you are in this world and you have a person who's just not doing anything to you, it is like scarce, because most of your friends are probably getting cheated on, or in toxic relationships, or you haven't seen any good relationships where, okay, this person just don't do anything, but you may still feel a lack of, or you still may be unhappy. So you may be in that mindset of thinking, oh, it don't get no better than this, it won't get no better than this, because 9 times out of 10, things like that. So you really have to make those, talking to yourself and trying to figure out this stuff. You got to really get deep, but that's only in that type of situation. When the reality is what it is, and it's just. But let's move to the next one. So the next one is abandonment issues. And abandonment issues can stem from childhood, past relationships, situations being taken from you, or situations not seeming long term or as long as you want at a, what's that word? I don't know. It's not the word, but it's things being taken away from you in a flash, and it's abandonment. Maybe you were in the situations you always experience. Oh, I made the team, then I got kicked off. Got a job, I got fired. That can put you in a space of having abandonment traumas, not knowing when something is going to leave, or not wanting something to leave, or even if you were abandoned as a child, or multiple relationships where people constantly just abandon you. It could come from different things, but in relationships, being in that space of being abandoned. And the thing is, a lot of people be like, okay, but that is my reality. I literally was abandoned. I literally did this. This literally happened to me. And the thing about reality is reality. And at this moment, and what you're doing in the moment is what's happening in the moment. So when you start getting into the water side of things, is no longer that's not realistic, because okay, yeah, it's waters, it's experiences, it's in your waters, but it's in your waters now. And just air can be filtered, water can be filtered too, and you can cleanse that experience up off you, because you are no longer actually in that moment. So it literally, you can cleanse that experience up off of you, and it could be something that you can think about, or be aware of, but you don't have to be in that space anymore of moving as the abandoned person. So when you are still moving as an abandoned person, you're still into them waters, or dealing with them waters, not filtering out and just letting it sit there. You're now moving with that in you, and you're now I wouldn't say full of it, but it's there in your waters, and you can see the little brown spot floating around as you move, because that's, you still have it in there. So you get in a relationship, or you start getting in certain situations or things like that, or you just start moving as if things aren't going to be temporary, or it may create a fear. Some people, abandonment issues make them be the toxic person, but this is going to be if you're well, you still gonna be the toxic person because you're not leaving, but it could put you in a situation to where you are just so fearful of things leaving, and you put yourself in that space, and now you have this partner or this thing and you just don't want it to leave. So now you're in a space of putting the situation, person, or thing above you, and you're like kind of catering to it not leaving. So you just kind of forget about yourself. You don't speak up. It could cause you to not speak up for yourself. It could cause you to just seem to take something because you want it to last. So you're with this person and you're not happy with the person. It's kind of toxic, but that abandonment issue is causing you to just not want something. Like, can something stay? Like, you just want something to stay. So you're just acting in a space of fear of it leaving. And like I said, in the lonely thing, you're never lonely. You're never like, it's infinite possibilities, billions of people, and there's no scarcity on people. So it's like, yeah, you don't want something else to be taken away from you. And the thing is, things are taken away from everybody in different forms. Another reason why you may be staying in a toxic relationship or situation, person, place, or thing is because how others will see you, or for the look. And it's weird because I'm doing down this list and I keep coming to the same conclusions of, it's just a lack of self-awareness, a lack of self-confidence, a lack of ego, a lack of sun, a lack of confidence in these situations where all of this stuff, the only reason why you're staying, it seems to fall back on, like, your ego is shocked. You have no confidence. You're not aware of yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't want to speak up for yourself. You don't care about yourself. You don't want to move for yourself. You're lazy about yourself, but for everybody else you'll do anything for, but won't do anything for yourself. And that is just the start of a bad life. It's a start of regret and everything. Once you stop moving for yourself, once you stop moving for God, once you stop doing these things, you automatically on a external things, because at the end of the day it's just you and then the environment. So if you're not moving for you, at the end of the day it's just automatically putting things in reverse. Shit, it's backwards. So the reason why you're staying, because you're not about self. You're not about what's good for you. You're not checking if you're happy every day, or however long you gotta check in with yourself every month. I wouldn't say go longer than a month. Like, at least 4 times a month check in, be like, hold on, am I happy? But yeah, I'm just going down the list, and I got a long list of reasons, of surface level reasons why people be in toxic situations and things like that. Because all psychology is a study of why you think the way you think, and basically self. So yeah, for her to look and how others will see it, a lot of people are staying in situations because they have this thing to where they done been seen with this person for this long, or they done did too much bragging, too much talking, or they done did this or did that and posted this or showed, like, introduced people, and now you're not happy. You realize you're not happy after you did all that, and now you're constantly staying with this person because you are scared of how others people will see you, or for the look, to still appear like the happy and not happy person that you are. So you're doing it for the look or how others will see you, because you don't want to, and that's why it's always good to be modest, because people go see you regardless. And you know, everybody's out here learning. We're all experiencing, and you probably may be a little embarrassed, because embarrassment can happen. And so it's just for the look, and that's on that end. Some people are staying, or you may be staying for the look, as if you the lifestyle, almost like you're staying with this person for the look or how others will see you. Oh, she's with him. Oh, she's with him. And you're not even happy, but you're staying because you're the one with him. Or so you want to check and make sure you're not doing that, because at the end of the day, caring about what other people go think has nothing to do with you, and the fact that you go die in regret because you're not happy with this person. And that's hell. Automatically, when you go against self, you're bound to end up in hell doing patterns. And all hell is like a pattern. So it could be good hells and bad hells, but once you start picking up patterns or doing something consistent, or making stuff a physical situation, that's a form of hell. That's why some people predicate earth to hell, because it's a physical situation. It's something that has been repeated and constant so much that now, boom, we have physicality. So yeah, wherever I was going with that. But yeah, make sure you're not doing stuff for the look, or make sure you're not staying with this person because you don't want to explain to your mama, or you don't want to explain to your sister, or maybe you don't want to have to go back to the commons and live regular. So another reason why people are staying with this toxic person or thing or situation is because of responsibilities. And this can fall under like you staying in an unhealthy, toxic job because of your responsibilities. And honestly, that's tough. But it's not about acting quick when it is like you probably in an unhealthy or toxic environment at work or something like that, and it's like you're staying because you have responsibilities. You can still be out of that mindset of I'm here, and put yourself in the mindset of things to get out of here. Be in a space of I don't have to stay here. Let me look for something else. It's all about moving your space in your mind that you're in. That way you could be in a space of creating ideas of you not being there. So yeah, and that could fall even in relationships. Got 7 kids together, he pay all the bills. My thing is that falls back on self. I need water. That falls back on self too. Plus, thing one is how you got 7 kids with someone and you end up unhappy with them. Because if you can end up unhappy with someone, how did that even start to where, it's bad, and now you're in a situation to where you can't leave because you got 7 kids. Mind you, this person got 7 kids too. So it's like, why are you feeling like you can't leave, or it's going to be too much responsibility because you got 7 kids and you can't leave him, but he got 7 kids too. You should be able to still be in a space of, okay, I'm not happy here, I'm leaving. And it shouldn't be no, my responsibilities got 7 kids, because okay, you still this is still somebody else's kids too. But if you're in a space of okay, I got 7 kids, and if I leave this man, I'm just still gonna have 7 kids. He ain't gonna have 7. Like, you're thinking like that. That just means that the starting point, the person you're with is not a good person, and that's all starting points or spaces that you're in. So you just have to, if you're staying for responsibilities and you're not happy because, well, that don't matter why you're not happy, but you're not happy, but you're staying because of your responsibilities, you have to take responsibility and be like, damn, I created these responsibilities, and responsibilities is a hard one. Responsibilities fall under earth, and that stuff is real. That stuff, it can go somewhere, it can eventually leave, but for the most part, earth moves slow. So when you got responsibilities, they be there. So you really want to, well, not really want to, but when it comes to accepting your fuck ups, when it comes to the responsibilities you made, it can be hard, but at the end of the day, you have to like, simple, you have to, like, better luck next time. But at the end of the day, you still can be happy with the responsibilities, because at the end of the day, you were having fun or doing what you did to create them. You just have to find joy in the lesson that it taught you, or whatever testimony you have now with the responsibilities you made. But you still don't want to die in regret staying in a situation. And a lot of people don't have 7 kids, but just the extreme. Like, some people, I just want to make it simple for the people who like, oh, I got 1 kid and I'm not leaving, I can't leave, we got a kid. Like, okay, so yeah. And it may be responsibilities like bills. Maybe you don't have a job and you're staying because he kind of takes care of you. Get a job. Like, you have to be a person. You have to, I don't know, I feel like it should be something you like, or something, even if you like something that can't make you money at the moment, it's still a purpose. It's still a reason to go to work, so you can do what you like. It's still something that will motivate you. We are in this world. This is Earth. Okay, so you're gonna have to move slow. It's gonna take time, and you're gonna have to be structured, and you're gonna have to be stable and secure. So yeah, be in that space of, like I said, going back to self, learning yourself. Once you realize that you're unhappy, the moment you see that you're unhappy, you have to be like, hold on, self, okay? Because a lot of people are in a space of being unhappy and just not satisfied, and act like they'll never know why, or they just keep going in la la land trying to think they are solving of the unhappiness with like I don't know, some people be like, oh, I'm unhappy, and they be like, oh, let me sip some lean, that'll make me happy. And it's just like, you're trying to be happy and not doing what it takes to be happy, which is just I don't want to be like religious or spiritual, because it has nothing to do with anything, but you're just simply not following self. You're simply not listening to yourself. And I had to say that first before I said what I was really gonna say. But you're not following God. You're not right with God, and that's why you're unhappy. But you just won't get right with God or yourself. You just go keep going and just like trying to, I don't know, salute or dilute the unhappiness with just your ability to not want to think or comprehend what's going on with yourself, or the starting points of why you even in the space you're in. And some people are still young, but I know a lot of people are older now, and it's a lot more experiences to dig up under or whatever, and finding out why you're not happy, or what will make you happy, or what's going on with you, can take time. So start. But yeah, not leaving because of the responsibilities. You just have to put yourself in that space of self, finding that purpose. And maybe once you do get into yourself, I don't know, maybe, and a lot of these things with this unhealthy or toxic person, once you're realizing why you're not happy, you may realize that you are the unhealthy person, that you are actually the toxic person, and the reason you're not happy in the relationship is because you're not happy in the relationship and you're kind of self-sabotaging. So boom bop, boom bop. So this can go either way. Like, this other person may not even be the toxic person that you keep going, like, they may be the one keep going back to you, and you the one toxic, and yeah, y'all stand with each other, and yeah, get with self. A lot of women will stay with men because they want a return on investment. The time spent, they think about how long they done been with this person, all the things they done for the person, and all of this. And I feel like if you're in this type of space to where you're like thinking like, oh, I done did this, I done spent that, I done all them years, all these years, and you just go do it for well, I guess some people like do stuff out of love or genuineness. So sometimes when you are in that space, maybe the reasons why you're even thinking about all the things you've done for the person or all of this time you done spent, maybe because it really wasn't from a genuine space, or you're doing things for this person, or you're spending time with this person for a certain result. So you don't want to be doing external things or doing things like that, trying to get a result out of someone else or make a person, and now time then been by and you feel like you're in a space, because there's a lot of spaces you could be in once you like, okay, I'm unhappy, but I didn't spend all this time or did all of this, might as well just stay. Yeah, just yeah, that's also like a scarce mind. The thing is, I think, yeah, scarcity is like a man-made space too, because things are infinite. I feel like, you know, you will always be able to create. Creating doesn't leave. That's not ability that'll leave, and you always have the ability to create whatever situations you're willing to create. Like, so feeling like time is up or ain't no time left, for some people it may be real. Like, you may have just been told, anyways. But I don't know, well, it ain't even about that, but if you're like really old, or, and that's just, some people are in situations where you just have to chunk up your L, and you have to become satisfied and happy with the lessons and the fact that you are now aware with things, and that will at least make the last moments or whatever time you have better. And it all counts as long as you truly get it, you truly become aware, and you truly get it. Like, that's really all that matters, because you can die and be born into the best life ever, all because at that last 6 months of living you were able to become aware and actually accept and be happy with the lessons you were able to learn in life. And anything that happened, any responsibilities, any experiences you got to experience, and you are happy with the lessons and things like that. So it all matters. Like, being ever been in a space where you feel like you ran out of time is a one-way ticket straight to hell, because time, you're never going to run out of time. So yeah, leave that guy. You didn't lose no moments, you didn't lose no time. It is what it is. If that's truly you, you can do that with the next guy. It is what it is. You're not talking about it. Oh, that's like when you're in a toxic relationship, and it could stand for, no, it don't, it can't be loneliness, but a lot of people are in toxic situations, and this one is pretty simple. You're just simply not talking to nobody about it. You're not talking to yourself about it out loud. And even if you are, I say get physical with your air. Write it down, talk and speak. Speak out loud about these things in the situation you're in, because they'll simply help you not stay anymore. Because you're talking about it, you're able to. Talking and expressing is masculine. Air is masculine. Fire is masculine. So talking, expressing, it helps you see. You can now see what it is. So once you're able to talk about it, see what it is, like, just find somebody to talk about it with. Get some advice, and you'll see that, oh yeah, they'll help you be in that space to be able to leave that situation, or leave that space of not being happy. It may be a misunderstanding. My camera is like slowly dying, y'all, and I'm like almost like halfway through the list. Well, I'm a little over half of the list, but the last one is it's probably a good one to end off. I'm gonna do part 2. I don't know if I'm gonna do part 2 today, but a lot of people are doing this thing, and I seen this on TikTok, but well, not on TikTok, but I seen it on TikTok, as in it may be a wave now, or it's that thing, like even though people probably still, okay, anyway, but a lot of people are staying with that man, and anyways, but a lot of people are staying until they hate him. So that's just, okay, so you need to leave this guy. He keep doing stuff to make you hate him, or to make you sad, or put you in these feelings. So you're aware of all of these things, but you're staying until you hate him. Why? Because you can't leave him now, because you don't know how to get over him, and you probably can't get over him because you don't want to be by yourself, or all of these other reasons that I probably didn't name before of why you stand with him. You don't want to be lonely. You don't know what you like to do. You probably lost yourself during the relationship, lost your friends, or you're the toxic one. You're toxic. Like, you stand until you hate a guy. I just feel like it's a purposeful waste of time, and I don't know, it has to do with some type of self thing, confidence things, because you're going to purposely get embarrassed or keep hurting yourself.